front of the camera, and how come today's Jing Cham lah? Why property agents today I will not be reading my messages, okay? So don't distract me because I want to be chop, curry, pork, chop, and sweet. I have the numbers. Once my numbers hit 70, I'm going to start, okay? So I need 10 more people to come in. Please get your teammates to come in. And last week, when I was on a 7-day course, did y'all miss me or not? I also learned a lot of things, and also to gear myself and get myself recharged so that I'm ready to, play with you guys. And today's market has changed really a lot. And I thank all of you for supporting your project ICs to try to be very uncomfortable doing something that you have not done in almost 2.5 to 3 years in small little groups. All right. So I will say this, doing that TikTok dance was very uncomfortable, not just for you guys, but also for my project ICs. But I always believe in one thing, we start somewhere, and the first step is the most important step. And why I'm very happy to say that I've been monitoring the response is it started out a little bit more lukewarm, but Ismail has actually dropped me a private message that he really loves what you guys are doing and to continue and keep up the energy. And what he saw, which I want to share 3 things with you guys that he saw on social media. That is a very safe way for the project ICs to get the Piccadilly Grand team together, bonded in small little connecting dots. Each dots of groups of 5, and they're bouncing off, and they're trying, they're having a very short fun together, and they're laughing, and they're pointing their fingers at each other, and they're laughing, and they're bonding together as a team, because this is a very big team that we have in Piccadilly Grand. We have almost 300 of you on board, and this is a crazy number for 2022 amidst 2 years of COVID. So pick yourself up, try a new media. I myself find it very difficult at the beginning, but I'm very encouraged at why I came up with this idea, and we do this together with the project ICs, is because I actually have inquiries from a no show face TikTok video as well as a show face TikTok video. So I would like you to try with a different media and reach out to the next thing. And the second thing is, this new product is called Piccadilly Grand. It's a regentrification of a zone that is so old, used to be very old, very, that glam. We want to overthrow we are the leaders in this market. We drive how a product is going to be consumed in the Singapore real estate market. Correct, Prop Nexians. So together we will be transforming something new. I assure you, your leads are coming in loud and strong, but it's coming in so loud and strong that I need the whole team to come in and help. So I know that next week is our Tagger test. And today, in this 1 hour sharing, short and sweet, I will show you in 40 minutes how you can help even when there is a lot of chaos in level 18 during the balloting day, when you are serving colleagues, when you start, you can help yourself. Help yourself to make the money to bring home, and don't make it any trip to Piccadilly Grand a wasted trip. We need a whole team effort to make sure that the clients that we bring across to Piccadilly Grand is top quality. And it starts when? Now, as you're doing your door knocking, there are 30 of you doing a door knocking, 10 plus of you doing I think how many? 20 tonight approximately. For door knocking and telemarketing, we have about 30 slots every night. All of you are generating leads every day. And what is the next step after the telemarketing and the door knocking? To try to at least go into a virtual presentation environment like this Zoom environment that you're seeing me on. And let me spotlight myself now, and so that you guys can see. And from this point onwards, I will be presenting to you guys as a customer, right? So I am now going to be drawing a quick introduction, as I think everybody is in already. And welcome to Piccadilly Grand. Master the project timeline calculator to qualify leads and earn $500,000. You are listening to somebody who only used one calculator in the PA app to clock $500,000 in project sales in 2021. That's me lah. So I can only speak from my personal experience, and I think that this is beneficial. How I can manage to mass tag so many people. How do I manage my time? What's the secret? Who wants to know? Can I have a show of hands? And those who want to know, please put 11111 in the group chat. Nobody want to know that I stopped here already. Right. How do you all see me everywhere? Hi, Devin. Hi, Florence. Hi, James. So you see me everywhere, but how do I manage my time? How come within like 1.5 hours, I'm in product A, product B, product C, product D, product E, and I'm closing, like, go market, buy fish, or buy vegetable maybe. Well, the magic is here now. And in 1 hour's time, I'm going to be really efficient. Let me share with you what to do. So the first product that you must definitely have, it must be your PA app calculator, right? So a quick introduction of myself for those of you who don't know me. Today I'll be sharing my personal experience and how this calculator helped me as I juggle my many different roles. As a mother, I'm juggling a sales team. I'm also today lead IC here. I'm also a landmark project IC. I'm also on the ground doing resale, as well as projects, as well as commercial industrial. How do I manage all this? Okay, so if you want to find out more about me, you can search it. It's all available online. I myself is in the line for since 2009. I have worked with many customers. Today you are speaking to somebody who negotiates very heavily on the ground. All right, I am very fanatic about brand marketing, and that TikTok thing that you did, the clap snap thing that many of you are resistant. I only have 50 of you creating that first mover wave, and I love you guys because you guys are the best, because you guys are the producers who are taking actions without even questioning, and most of them surprisingly are the more senior ones and the brand new RES. It's interesting. It's always the centerpiece that asks a lot of questions and then don't do yet. They still question, still thinking, still. But I'm seeing a lot of very creative stuff coming up. The reason why is because I'm very excited always about first mover marketing that gives you the highest bang for your buck in exchange for the exposure eyeball rate and on your advertisements that is running, right? So I don't believe in talking. Today, the me that you are seeing here has practiced for a long time in front of consumers. In the old days when I was a young agent, I'm a nerd graduate from school, cannot talk to people. I don't know how to talk to the drinks auntie, the uncle sitting next to me at the coffee shop. You ask me to approach them, to ask them, give me number. I go, I don't know how to. But today, why I still can do it is because of this word action. Actions empower me. By doing the action and repeating the action, I perfect my skill, and I can only go one way, improve. And that's what I hope today in today's session, I can help you to shorten your learning curve, not like in the old days when the old senior agents like us, I could hit a lot of blank walls, and then go through a lot of trial and error. Today, you guys are very privileged. We're going to be sharing with you trade secrets. And I believe that you can, whatever I'm going to share with you, you just focus on the negotiation, because you're going to be working with very qualified clients. And this calculator was designed and curated and perfected by a team, originally from many project ICs who designed this table, but we curated it further, and we added in the experience of not just from the IT committee, and I'm part of the IT committee, the Pioneer IT committee. And this is where I don't just design the calculator blindly and take what PropNext design, what other PropNext managers, the project ICs design. I take it and I put it into action on the ground. And the product that I came into PropNext with, and the first project that I apply this calculator to is Treasure at Tampines, which is where I'm the project IC. And I myself has worked with many customers on the ground of all walks of life. So I think today you will be focusing, and I noticed something, out of so many years of being on the ground as an agent, as a sales lead, I found out something. The most important thing that you must do is what we call table connect. So where am I sitting on now? What do you think you know what is in front of me as I'm speaking to you guys? Table. Can everybody type the word table in the group chat? Are you guys hearing me? Yeah, okay. Very good. Table. What is table connect? In 2022, it is still valid. In the old days, table connect means closing table, show flat table, the seller's house table, the buyer's home table. Today, the table you put your laptop to do Zoom, also table. Table connect is the key. And what I'm teaching you today and sharing with you today is I've done this, whether is it offline as well as online. Last night, I secured a 2% exclusive with the same calculator, right? So I'm sure that this will be very fruitful to you. And I tightened it during the circuit breaker phase 3 in 2020, where I am sick and tired of being a tour guide, meaning I show customers around and I don't get any sales out of it. I want to be a sniper closer. Can everybody type sniper closer? Sniper. I want you to, in 40 minutes, my dream, my focus is to empower the 300 of you from Piccadilly Grand, from my project to my lead ICs. My CTs are more powerful than the competitors' daggers. This is my dream. And all of you are my snipers. And with this calculator, I would love to share and ensure to you that today you are looking at something. So when we prospect today, I want to show you a couple. Sorry? Who's speaking? Don't have, okay. Today, there are many ways in today's COVID environment that we prospect. As you all have noticed, Piccadilly Grand asked you to do telemarketing and door knocking, right? Of course, for those of you who are smart, I know you guys are one of the smartest. I have watched the new to PropNext agents, very, very active in District 8, District 12, resale listing and swinging and collecting and keeping all their buyers to themselves by doing what? Taking a lot of resale units for sale and collecting all the buyers' data and waiting to bring to Piccadilly Grand. Give yourself a clap, okay? Because I tell you, you guys are awesome. I am busy fighting in District 8, District 12, District 13 for viewings, and I'm noticing it, and it's all PropNext. And today, door knocking, telemarketing, and through PropNext Chope, I see that many of you are using PropNext Chope to work as a team also to accumulate buyers in the district who might possibly be considering Piccadilly Grand. And we are all ready to go into the show flat to show the customer. Now, the show flat is the one that can lock any lead for at least 1 hour compared to resale viewing, compared to door knocking, compared to telemarketing. Meaning you spend most time in a physical show flat in the past. But today, because of COVID, what happened? The developer restrict you, don't allow you to spend like in the old days, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours even, enjoying your, makaning session with the buyer, building a connection with them. So what to do now? This is where the table connects kicks in. I will have to share with you the method of doing virtual presentation so that when you guys bring your customer to the show flat, connect 1, connect 2. So step 1, connect through virtual presentation. Step 2, bring them to the show flat. And then you just focus on building a deeper connection, which is exactly maybe what will happen to Piccadilly Grand, because so many of you are going to be having some appointments. Can I have a show of hands? How many of you already have collected some buyers ready to view? Can I have, don't scare me. I will faint, Please make sure. I need a lot of love, All right. Awesome. Andrew, Florence, Robin, Julianto. How many of you are Jonging? The rest all keep quiet because keep quiet, right? Because you all don't want to let the competitor know, right? I think I don't know. Okay, now let's go back to basics. And let me show you the magic. Okay. This calculator, Mr. Buyer, is for me to continue to ensure that I protect your interests. All right. Trust is very difficult to build. Now, today's customer has very low level of trust. As property agent, you're experiencing me now over the Zoom will be exactly how any buyer who I never met before see me over the Zoom. And I hope you guys can pick up some tricks. Your emotions over Zoom has to be kept very quiet. All right. Hold on, just give me 1 minute. Somebody is mute. It's distracting to me. Without trust, even the most proven systems will not entice decision making, right? So let me start recording now. So ladies and gentlemen, I will start the presentation now. Today, my presentation will be sharing with you a particular calculator that help you to build trust even through a digital platform, because trust is what I believe that precedes every successful real estate sales. And this particular calculator will ensure that you continue to build a habit to keep your emotions neutral, because then the buyer will not feel that you are making money out of them simply just for the sake of your pocket, right? So this particular calculator that I will be sharing with you is available in your PA app. And this calculator is available. So for those of you who can, you can take a look at it later, or you can play back this particular recording later to review it. All right. You can only ask from your project ICs, and if you really miss this, okay, and you need some assistance, work with your project ICs. Okay, Mr. Buyer, I'm going to be going through some information with you about Piccadilly Grand. But before that, I just want to share what is the difference between a resale as well as a new launch. So I'm showing you on screen right now my PropNext calculator. This is especially designed for us professionals, where we can share with customers who might be thinking about buying a new launch. All right. And also, I can also quickly share with you, do you have 10 minutes of your time, right? Can we take a seat? Because I just need a few minutes of your time to quickly show you the boundaries and the differences between buying resale as well as new launch. Can we set up a Zoom meeting? This is very difficult to explain over the WhatsApp. So I sent you this screenshot, Mr. Buyer. Can we set up a Zoom? There. So this is how, so I stop here now. This is how you show and tease the customer. Please go into a second appointment with me. Every door knock, every telemarketing, every WhatsApp message, they are just mode of communication. Can everybody type mode of communication? Mode of communication. Every journey that you are doing, door knock after door knocks, SMS, MOC is mode of communication. It doesn't amount to anything unless you date them. Date them over a table. Table connect, table connect, table connect. So we have to go into a table, be it a coffee table, dining table, or your Zoom table. So this is the important message that I want. So you can use such commands like this to go in. So once the client willing to go into Zoom with you, then, okay, Mr. Buyer, I'm going to share with you a couple of information first. So I just quickly share with you, okay, for Piccadilly Grand, right, I don't have the prices yet. So today, right, I'm going to explain to you a little bit about the location, about the number of units. So you can see my background, right, very nice. So this particular location is very, very exciting. And my agenda today is, at the end of today's session with me, right, you'll be very, very clear about in our discussion about, which direction, what kind of properties you want to buy, how long you're going to wait for the property, and what kind of quantum you might be comfortable with. And also will Piccadilly Grand be the one that I can make an appointment to bring you to show you what is the difference and what is trending in the market? So let's continue our discussion. Okay, so what I'm showing you on the screen is actually done by my chief IC of Piccadilly Grand. This is not the sizes that is being released because we don't have the sizes. This is based on CDL's past products. So why I want to share with you this is that potentially these might be the typical range of sizes that may be released, but we don't know yet. So I want to share with you that the sweet spot that you can see that is being highlighted here, might it work for you and for your family? How many kids do you have? So if you are single, all right, will you be considering the one bedder? So if you're looking at a one bedder, we may have to work on the worst case situation, that be 2003 to 2004. And depending on a one bedroom, so you look at the blue zone. Oh, you're looking to buy for school. Yeah, here got schools, They are here got Farrer Park Primary. We also got a Hong Wen School and SGI Junior, but it depends on whether are you staying in the area? Are you an alumni? Okay, so let me quick. So you're looking at three bedder. Oh, have you spoken to a banker? Don't have. Never mind. Later, I share with you some more. Okay, so I'm going to show you this and go through this calculator and show you what is the difference. Okay, so just now after our discussion, Mr. Buyer, you mentioned that you're thinking about buying a 3-bedroom, big enough with a storeroom and helper room. So possibly, I don't know. Okay, we have assessed and say that maybe there's a likelihood that the average per square feet is 2,002, but we don't know. Average means what? It can be lower, maybe even as low as here. I don't know. Or it could be even higher, depending on the sizes you're buying. Maybe we just take, for example, we just see the current thinking, my personal point of view is about 2002 to 2003. So if you're looking at 3-bedder, maybe we should see whether can you go up to this range of 2.108 million to 2.23 million, 2.3 million, 2.3 million to 2.1 million, right? So without further ado, let me show you how I do it. So can I work with this price, Mr. Buyer? Can I just use this agak just we see whether it's okay or not, because recently the rules just changed for the TDSR. So can I quickly show you? All right, so I'm showing you on screen now my calculator, okay? Don't worry if you cannot see so clearly, but later on I will send you after our discussion, all right? And then from here, you got any questions, you can ask me some more. So I'll be opening up my calculator for you. And you can see that in PropNext, right, we are able to help you along many different ways. So this is the first time I'm seeing you. So I'm not sure whether you got a property to sell or not, or you are first time buyer, then you ask questions. Oh, you first time buyer, okay. Oh, you already sold your place. Okay. So if you already sold your place, first time buyer, then let me show you the project investment timeline, how we work. Oh, you're looking at 3-bedder, right? Just now we mentioned. So I will use the worst case situation and then to show you the possibilities and to see whether is it within your comfortable range. Right. So just now we look at the sizes, right? It's about 947 square feet to maybe about 1,000 square feet. You probably have the budget about 2.3 million. Right. And this is a very sweet spot currently today's market for a 3-bedroom, And I don't know when Piccadilly will be launched. We are looking at maybe end April to mid-May. I'm not sure. It could even be early. We are waiting for developers' news. In fact, this coming tomorrow, I'm having a meeting with the developer. So you just wait for me, okay? You don't talk to anybody and confuse yourself. Just focus on your work. I will update you, okay? And it's the moment I get the floor plans, you remember later to message me or I can please send you everything, okay? Or if you want an email also, please give it to me, okay? Okay, so let's say just assuming that maybe Piccadilly Grand is going to be launching mid-May, right? Just as an example here, right? So this is the date that I'm going to fill in. So there's a lot of difference between project sales as well as resale, but the funds are about the same. So there's going to be 8 questions that I'll be guiding you through so that you understand better your situation. Are we okay to start? Okay, I'm going to stop here now. Stop. Any questions so far? So far, okay. I'm going to look at the chat group. Anybody has questions? Please type it into the chat so I can take a look at it. So far, okay, everybody? PICs, can you hear me fine?
Yes, yes.
Thank you.
So
Thank
far,
you.
okay.
So far, okay. Thank you very much. Right. So, Mr. Buyer, okay. So, what is the difference between new launch as well as resale? Okay. So, for new launch, I will be asking from you a couple of information, okay? The first thing will be, I will be filling in the date. So I estimate that Piccadilly grant is about worst case, maybe 15, but it could be earlier. So on the day that the developers start booking the unit. So if we say we book 15 May, normally the developer will start the preview 1 to 2 weeks earlier. I don't know. It depends on the developer. Each developer works differently. So I work along this timeline as the actual booking day. The preview will happen earlier. So it might happen in end April to mid-May. Maybe I just assume that 15 May is the actual booking day. On the actual booking day, unlike resale you always put 1% as option fee and 4% to exercise, right? But for new launch, you put 5%. And how much is this amount? Based on the amount that you have given me, and we are working right now on the example of estimated 2.3 million. Let's see whether you are comfortable and with the numbers, okay? So if you're not comfortable later, we'll adjust it according to your preference, right? Now, 1.15 million is actually 5%. So this 5% must be cash or cashier's order or check, as you can see over here. Okay, so this 5% is on the booking day. On the day you book, on the day you get the OTP, which is a short form that we write for option to purchase, because my form here too many words, so we shorten it, but it's actually the option to purchase. Here, thereafter, what will happen is that your agent, me, will, together with you, I will guide you along also. And the day you, let's say, should you choose Piccadilly Grant, we will then forward your option copy, and we start to search for the best bank loan rates. We can also start to do that earlier, and we also start to shortlist the law firm and appoint a law firm, right? So usually the lawyers, the developers' lawyers will take about 3 working days from the day you select the unit to send out the sales and purchase, which is a very thick form where there are even more details about the property that you just purchased, including more floor plans, more descriptions of the surrounding amenities, facilities, and what the materials being used in each product and each segment and each function rooms, your ceiling heights, roofing, and etc., right? And the boundaries. So you can see my calculator that it says 15th of May to 18 May is because we normally assume the developer, in my calculators and the generic calculator, we always assume the developer just follow the normal process, which is 3 working days, they will send it out, right? 3 days from booking day. But actually, the maximum number of days a developer will take is up to 14 days. This is where these 2 weeks come about. So from here, you will get the S&P, right? Here, you will receive the sales and purchase agreement, and whatever date that is on the sales and purchase agreement, remember to tell me, right? So, and update your agent, me. So assuming you receive the S&P on the 18th of May, then you will have a total of 3 weeks to exercise the S&P. This is where you bring the option to purchase, the one that you collect on the first day of booking, plus this courier document S&P. And then within these few days, you should have already confirmed your lawyer as well as confirmed the bank. Make sure the law firm is in the same panel of your bank. And then you go to your lawyer and just do what? Don't need to do anything. Just sign, yes, I am agreeable to proceed with the purchase. Once you look through the S&P, you're happy with what you see, you can do that. Just bring the S&P, OTP, and one last thing. At the law firm, the lawyer will ask you, Mr. Buyer, would you want to pay your stamp duty using cash or you want to use your CPF? So you can choose. If you say I want to use cash, then they will collect from you a check or a cashier's order on the same day. So normally people don't go to the law firm 2 times, but the check and cashier's order can be post-dated. Although you exercise on the 8th of June, you give to the lawyer should you choose to use cash, then you give them a check dated 22nd June latest date, because normally the stamp duty is payable 2 weeks from the day you exercise any purchase property in Singapore. So this particular part here is very special to projects, because only projects can straight away use. The lawyer can also give you option B, which is straight away use your CPF to pay the stamp duty. If you ever buy resale, the stamp duty, normally there is not enough time to process. So the lawyer for resale will, if you buy a resale property of exactly the same price, 2.3 million, if you are a Singaporean citizen, you will have to cough up 76,600 in cash first to pay the stamp duty before they will reimburse you from your CPF later on. So this is one of the advantage of why some customers are, because of cash flow, they like to buy new launch. And some people believe that cash today not so valuable because of the low interest. So they actually don't want to touch their CPF. So you also can have the choice. Let me know what you think. So sorry, Mr. Buyer, I have forgot to ask you, are you a Singapore citizen? Because currently my calculator you're seeing on this screen, right? For the stamp duty is actually for a Singaporean citizen, where the stamp duty is, there is 0% tax, which is for a 2.3 million purchase price is 76,600. Like I mentioned, you can choose to use cash, or you can choose to sign a document at a lawyer to release your CPF for 76,600. But if you are PR, so if you are PR, then I will change to PR law. So for PR tax, you have to pay an additional 115,000. But let me share with you, this is the difference. So, you're a citizen, right? So you don't need to pay this tax, right? So, Mr. Buyer, let me share with you that this particular product is very exciting because we don't really know how is the developers going to price it, but there is a good chance that the developer will have some good buy units. That could even be $200 to $400, perhaps lower than the market price for City Fringe, which is RCR, rest of City Fringe. Do you know that RCR can be all the way until Ultram, which is currently, we have seen units being transacted like $2,800 per square feet, right? So if let's say you are able to buy even at, just now we were discussing that maybe Piccadilly Grand can be at an average price of the 2002, there is a potential savings of maybe even as high as 600. Then you say, no lah, Jasmine, you bluff me lah. Where got so high? Okay, boss. Then my take is this. Even if it's at 2,400 RCR current price, at a new launch, there's always a chance that the developer will price it to go to hit their minimum sales, to get the excitement more. There's still a savings of $200. Now, if you're going to buy like a 3-bedroom unit, right? $200 times just now the size of the 3-bedder in that sweet spot table that we share. If you can still remember, there is a potential savings over here, Mr. Buyer. So just now remember I show you this thing. Okay, a 3-bedder could be about 2.08 million, right? It's about 2,002 per square feet, right? And the size is about 947. This is the sizes I'm looking at. What I'm trying to share with you, Mr. Buyer, is this. A PR, he got to pay 5% tax. Why he still want to buy Singapore? Because he also saw this. If he buy Piccadilly Grand today, and assuming there is a chance that he as a PR can buy at $2,200, he don't have to buy the existing RCR stock at 2004. He can save $200 per square feet. He, assuming he also buy the same size, 947, he already can save as much as about this figure. So if you look at the way they look at the stamp duty, the additional buyer stamp duty, some buyers will say it is worth it to pay the 5%, especially for a first mover new launch product, assuming that they can get a good price. So this is how some foreigners may be looking at it also. But for you, you are citizen, this is your first house, okay. Then, Mr. Buyer, you are buying a discount. You don't need to pay that 115,000, which makes it an even sweeter spot, right? So if assuming that you really can get $2,200, a PR got to pay an extra 5% more. He's paying at 2,310. He still is better off and than buying maybe other RCR stocks 2004. And as long as he find that he value this integrated project that's sheltered into the MRT, 3 minutes only into the MRT. Later I send you the video about how to walk to the MRT, okay? So don't worry about it. So now so if you see this, what will happen? if a PR can say that this is considered still cheap compared to the other existing stock, then what will happen? They will still be willing to pay the 5%. But for you, Mr. Citizen, Mr. Citizen buyer, Singapore citizen buyer, this is your potential profit. 2310 minus 2210 average, 2200 average. You already have an advantage of at least about $100 per square feet. So this is just an example to show you why some people willing to buy Piccadilly Grand and even pay the PR tax over here. So you see that? So for you as a citizen, your citizenship is a discount card. Can everybody type discount card? And that discount card, if you can maximize it, you already better off. You already have a head start. And the government that's the reason why for the additional buyer's stamp duty, to ensure that the citizens have the first bite at any good product in the market before the PRs and before the foreigners. Actually, the foreigners, right? They even, for them, as a foreigners today, not cheap, you know, they got to pay as much as this amount of money, like $690,000. Wow, that's a lot of money, right? 690,000. But let me share with you an example of why foreigners may also even consider paying 25% tax later on, okay? So for you now, I just move back to citizens, okay, and show you. Okay, so what I have just gone through with you, Mr. Buyer, is this. Okay, so I already show you that just now based on the size that you like the shortlist, approximately, I don't know the size. I'm just currently using 947, but it could go maybe 1001. There could be other layouts there. Then we can see. So now I've shown you already, right? How much does it cost to own a unit in Piccadilly Grand? What kind of income or what kind of typical household can afford an income of a 2.3 million three-bedder, right? Integrated project, okay, like Piccadilly Grand. Okay, how old are you, Mr. Buyer? Oh, you 35, or you 40, huh? Oh, okay. So your income $7,000. Okay. Oh, your wife 38, huh? Okay, okay. Then your wife how much? $6,000. Okay. Any car? Any car loan? Okay. Oh, sorry. You say your wife is your salary increment. Okay. So I want to show you something here. Okay. So all you got to do in my calculator here is you enter your husband and wife age, and I can guide you from there. Right. So I want to share with you something very interesting. In real estate, right? Actually, the younger you are, currently, if household income, a 40-year-old and a 38-year-old husband and wife, and I'm being very prudent here. So you can see that from my calculator here that once I enter your age, you can see immediately the one highlighted in yellow, the 25, is the maximum number of loan that you can borrow. Okay, so my default calculator actually put at 2.6, which is similar to HDB loan interest rate. All right, and what will happen is that if you guys are both are you both employed with a regular salary? Okay, so then correct. This is the salary. Oh, you are not, huh? Are you running your own income, your own business? Are you a businessman? Or you're doing your own business? Oh, okay. So if you don't mind, you want to tell me last year how much income you report to the in your IRAA, your annual income. Because for the Singapore government, for MAS, right, they have a calculation where they take a discount factor of 30%. So, for example, if you earn 100,000, right, the banks only are only allowed to consider that you are a 70K income owner, in the market. There's a discount factor. So if you are, so you only declare 100,000, that means your income is 100,000. Then I got to discount 30%, which means I need to enter 70K divide by 12 months. Oh, so this should be the amount I enter in. So if that is the case, this is how I enter your figure inside. Okay, so we will adjust the figure according to what you tell me. Okay. So if you notice something over here, assuming that you are not a shareholder, okay, your name is not in a shareholder, and you're continuing to earn 10,000 and 16,000. Very easy for any household income of somebody or friends of your age, a similar couple, about 16,000 income, average 38 to 40, afford this quantum. So is it difficult to find couple? So this is what we call the sweet spot. Many Singaporeans can afford this. And this means that it's also very easy for you to get your loan approval. So this green color zone is to show you that based on the income that you have given me, you just nice can qualify for this loan, right? But let me share with you that today's couple, right, if you happen to, stay happily, and then later on, right, you sell to a much younger couple, okay, and maybe you stay here happily 5 years after TOP, then say, Jess, I want to upgrade to a landed. No problem. And what happens if 5 years later, right, a young couple came in, they're willing to buy over your unit, and today young couple, or their income very strong one, maybe they earn even the same income. 5 years later got inflation ma. Nowadays there are a lot of fintech, prop tech, right? A lot of different industry, Shopee. So all I seen young graduate, the income very, very good one also, So you happen to be very lucky and sell to a couple that is much younger than you, but same household income. Do you notice what happened, Mr. Owner? The customer, your potential exit buyer can easily afford 2.6 million. What do you pay at the show flat? Assuming that you managed to buy just now, 2.3 million, right? And if you happen to find somebody who's much younger to sell to, this person can actually go afford a higher loan. So what am I trying to share with you here? Conclusion, the younger you are, the bigger the loan they can take. So if this is also play a part in your exit strategy. So when you buy a property in Piccadilly Grand, right, assuming the product is very affordable to young families, maybe just start family, just kickstart a family, and of this kind of household income, then you can stay happily for 5 years and easily sell to a much younger couple and still make money, because if you really buy 2.3 million, right, you probably can exit at about 2.6 million, right? So this is to show you assuming that the loan still remain the same, the loan approval criteria still remain the same. So this is where I share that the affordability of the property that you buy into, right, is it still affordable for the next customer that you sell to? Should you buy a property for investment or for own stay? Is very important, because you want to exit. When you want to exit, 有没有 buyer 在那个市场? Is there any buyers in the market ready to take over your property? And how I know, and how a property agent and a good property agent will know, is by knowing their future projection of the potential household income, as well as the rules that comes into play. So the affordability is by knowing very well the income, what kind of loan the household income can afford to take, right? So if let's say you are somebody who are even if they are earning lesser, right? Maybe they are retiree couple and they don't want to borrow so much, I also can help you to assess. So let me stop here a while. Okay. So what happened just now, ladies and gentlemen? I'm going to stop here and then look at my chat group a while. All right, so far, okay. Point one. Okay, what is point one? Let me show you the picture of point one. Sorry, let me just get my picture correct. Point one is where, what happened just now? One, I enter the price. Oh, sorry, I entered the price at point one. So what happened at point one? I show the price and I zoom into the layout. Even if today Piccadilly Grand may don't have any sizes, we can what CA has done about the sweet spot to try and test what is the boundary of the purchasing power. And then you enter into this project investment calculator. Show the price, give an estimation, what kind of layout you would like to shortlist. Let me show you how easily. Point two, what is point two? So what happened just now was at point two, where I enter the booking day, where I give an idea of like by when they need to prepare the money. And I would like to see on their expression over Zoom, do they have that $115,000? Okay. So for new launch, today if you walk in, there's a good deal, But the good deal, not everybody can take. First you must get ready all your funds. That's the reason why today we are doing this Zoom. So is your 115,000 ready? Ready, huh? Ready, huh? Okay, then we know. Next time I find a good deal for you, be it Piccadilly Ground or other product, right? We know that you are the king, you are the queen, Mr. Buyer. You can take action. All right. So because why always good to keep your eyes open on new launch? I never know. I've been an agent for 13 years. I never know what happened on day one. But I know for sure that if your bullets are all ready, right, you are always the king when you're ready to take action. You're very clear when you see a good deal. And the moment the good deals are out, you are the first one to be in front of you. And your agent, I'm the first one to run. I run faster than the rest because you and me work together to grab a good deal for your future life goal planning together. So we do this together, right? So for the resale customer, sometimes I do this calculator also with the at the resale market at the swimming pool with the customer, and I show them this is how I also explain to them. Point 3, just now you saw me enter about the ABSD. That was what I did just now. I explained about the ABSD, and this is also where I ask the customer, is this your first home? Sometimes the lead is very cold. I've never met him. I don't know anything about him. He just clicked on my Facebook advertisement. Entering the ABSD gives me more quality information about the client, right? Are you a Singaporean? So the calculator is not, a calculator is dead. How you bring the calculator to life in your presentation flow to get what you want as a realtor is important. You want to know the person's cash, loan, CPF, salary, income limits, and then so this is what you are trying to do using the project investment calculator, right? Okay, so this is what I did just now, and I did the ABSD calculation. Every step of the presentation, we need to demonstrate and press a button. Okay, there are some realtors who are much good. They have, all of you have your champions. All of you know what buttons. So not when it's a colleague, they have different buttons, but not every button works on every customer. Some clients work on fear of missing out, FOMO we call it. Another client work on pain. Wow, you've seen before why some projects grow so fast, why some resale don't grow. Some people go on greed. The moment I press the calculator just now, big. Can everybody got feeling or not? Just now when I press the calculator, big. And I say $200 per square feet, Mr. Buyer, if you manage to buy a 947 square feet and the price increased by 2, this is the amount of money you can make in 3 years' time, assuming if you go in rather than put in the bank. So when you press the calculator big on an iPad in front of the customer and the whole family is there, the impact is boom, very big. So I really encourage you all. When I first joined PropNext, right, I thought, siao lah, everybody keep telling me go and get a big iPad. So I wanted to be stubborn. So I actually went for a trip with my division, Bobby Sung Advisor. I'm from Bobby Sung Advisory. And then I still remember Sergius scolded me. Then he pulled me back to the shop. No, don't buy this size. Get a bigger one. Go big or don't go big or don't buy. And then this iPad that I'm sharing with you from is the same iPad from 4 years ago. I'm still using a 4-year-old iPad to do this. So all we need is just basically a clear screen and to provide clarity to the customer in very, very simple manner, right? So what I did just now in that calculator and where I demonstrate to you, you have discovered many things about the client. You also demonstrated I entered the age, I entered the salary, I started to probe about the salary. 4, I asked about their age. 5, I asked whether they are self-employed, they're employed. Then I asked in a very, very neutral manner. Oh, 是这样吗? If the customer don't want to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, don't force. When the customer say they don't want to tell you anything, they say, okay, if you're not comfortable, it's fine. I just show, for example, the reason why, Mr. Buyer, I need to ask you, okay, because I just want to share. Last week, I got this customer, he's 45-year-old, then the two wife, husband and wife both 45 leh. Then they wanted to buy something 2.3 million from me leh. But the problem is that they actually didn't realize, right? Their Continental car, every month the installment so much, So I need to enter their income Continental car installment because it eat into the total debt servicing ratio. And today the total debt service has just been recently changed. So you know what happened to this couple who's having a household income of 11,000? They only, if you look at the grid, the yellow area, they only can borrow 931,000. Meaning they got to come up with almost 1.1 million. 1.1 million cash, 1.2 million, how much? 2.3 million, 1.4, they have to come up with 1.4 million cash to buy anything 2.3 million now. So when the moment I talk to them, then the moment, you know what the husband say? Luckily, he come and meet me and talk to about this calculator way before the launch of the other product. That was last year, the product. The moment we finish this discussion, right, he straight away sell away his Continental car, become zero. So you see the impact. Suddenly, he can borrow 1.3, he can buy up to 1.39 million. He can borrow up to 1.043 million. Then the rest, this customer happened to be a businessman lah. So for him, right, I share with him two methods. Only not many agent know. So only the experienced agent know. So actually my calculator very powerful. Later I share with you a little bit more and I can send this to you. So in the event that if you happen to be in this kind of customer situation, please tell me. Because then I can help you and recommend you the right person. Because in such a situation, I come across many people like my age with this kind of income salary and with maybe even an outstanding loan, maybe car loan, student loan, renovation loan, but they really, really, really need a 3-bedroom, 2.3 million. Can somebody help me mute somebody who unmute himself? It's distracting my flow of thoughts. Then so what happens is that that particular client, even though he only can borrow 1.043 million, he was able to show, put down a fixed deposit of 346,000 in the bank. The moment he put down a fixed deposit of 346,000 in the bank, but he got to lock the funds there for 4 years. After, the money is still his, it still belongs to him, just that he cannot touch it for 4 years, right? And the moment he are able to lock this money into the bank, because this customer is a businessman, so he actually was considering between the gray panel, which is what we call pledge 48 months, lock in the funds for 48 months in the bank, almost zero interest. Right? So this person, this client in the end, he said, no lah, Jess, I'm going to do PAP. You know what's PAP? I'm going to stop here. Can everybody guess? This is my favorite phrase. Can everybody type PAP? Mock. Okay, Daniel. Pay and pay, June. Yeah. No, can everybody type parent assisted program? Yeah, Linda 有听我的课，Linda 好棒哦。Yes, PAP is Parent Assisted Program, where the whole family put all their funds together for temporary and show it 2 times. One time upon application for the loan, second time when the loan is dispersed for the 75%. So in this particular client case, right, because of his age, he can only borrow so little, but he's able to pull the funds from the brother, sister, and father to show the funds of 1.15 million 2 times. After that, he can spend the money already. Don't need the loan. So up to you. You let me know. That is the reason why, Mr. Buyer, I asking about your loan so that I can propose solution for you. You let me know whether you need any assistance on this. If you don't need, then it's fine. I can just refer you to the banker. So PropNex agents, PropNexians, my calculator, you can present in a very many ways, but do not scare off the buyer. Make it in a very neutral manner. That is the reason why my slide says be very neutral. Okay, so this is where 4 and 5 is where you discover about the customer's age and the customer's income. 6 is where you ask, do you have a big car loan? Actually, in the old days, the Lao Jiang, the old birds will always tell me, Jess, don't serve those customers drive BMW one. Serve those customers drive Toyota Corolla. Then at that time I down there, blah, blah. I was like, huh? Why? Now I understand why lah. Because those people with lesser outstanding loan, they tend to have more cash rich, so they able to even don't take big loan. So these are some of the reasons that so for in today's market is even more. 0.6 let you discover whether they have this kind of encumbrances that prevent them from being an instant qualified buyer, right? And my favorite is 0.7, how to adjust the interest rate. So ladies and gentlemen, let me show you the impact of the interest rates, all right? And how to use the impact of the interest rate. But before that, let me quickly summarize. 0.4, 0.4. Just now I enter the age. Let me show you how the younger the customer is. In summary, the younger you are, the better off you can be. So maybe next time when you buy, you better buy now. Maybe the next time when you sell, if you sell to a younger customer, the customer also can afford a higher loan. We can get more value out of your exit buyer. Okay, do you think this product will also appeal to the next generation of young families? Okay, let me show you. This is exactly how I did just now. Let me show how it's still affordable for your next buyer who is helping you to exit this property should you change your mind and you want to change your property. Salary. This unit is very livable. Let me show you how affordable this unit is for young Singaporean families, even after factoring your potential margin versus other products. And then we can show how the income growth over the next 3 to 5 years can impact the salary. So there are many times when I Zoom a co-lead and the customer actually got very high earning power, and or they know that they don't have the income yet. They're still very far, but they are very young. They maybe only, I have many clients under my wing now. They are kind of age 25 and 28. Salary is about like that. So they cannot go too much. They can only buy about 1.35 million, which I think is still pretty decent. But I said that if you want to buy anything 2.3 million, I will show them, you know, in 3 years' time, I just add the age 28, 31. I told them what kind of salary they must work towards through my calculator. Just by playing with the numbers, my calculator will automatically show, right? And I'll show them what kind of income they must gear towards. The moment I show the young real estate buyers this, their eyes just light up, you know. They know they cannot stop and become very relaxed in their job. As long as they have an aspiration to own a 2.3 million anything in the market, in today's market, in this example, they know, Jess, I'm going to work very hard. Jess, I'm going to save my money. I'm not going to splurge my money on shopping, on traveling. I know my goal. I need to set aside the money. And I need to work really hard in my career and gear towards what kind of salary in X years. So our calculators can help client look to the future also. So if you notice, so this part here is what I really like. Okay, now I'm going to show you this impact of this loan interest rate. Okay, now Mr. Buyer, just to share, so the 5% I already explained to you upon booking day. I already explained to you the stamp duty. Actually, for new launch, right, from the day you book to the day you complete, you can see the word completion on the right side of the screen. That completion is where you become the legal owner of this unit, even though it's not the building is not physically, the project is not physically completed yet. So normally we will pay 5% and 15%. Total is 20% upon legal completion of the selling from the developer to you. Provided the foundation is not completed. But even though you already paid down payment of 20% plus, of course, this stamp duty of 76,600. For example, products like Piccadilly, right? Today, if you go on site, right, you'll be only paying. Why some people want to wait for Piccadilly and don't want to buy other products like Woodley? Maybe their funds not ready. So one, especially for investors, right? They use much lesser cash to buy Piccadilly because they pay 5% and 15% because the foundation is not done yet. So they only pay total 20% plus stamp duty. So if you look at my yellow zone, 115,000 plus 76,600, which is this part here. And completion, you pay another 15%, 345,000. This total of 20% plus stamp duty. This is, we just need to make sure that if you are ready to buy anything 2.3 million in Piccadilly Grand, today, right, because the foundation is not done, you only need 536,600. Right? But if you, let's say you want to buy a 2.3 million, let's say in Landmark, but maybe you only buy RCR, PSF much higher, but you know, the lower floor don't have the panoramic view that you like, maybe, but similar range of price, 2.3 million, right? But the foundation is ready. So for those products where the foundation is ready, right, you got to come up with this yellow portion instead of just now that. Let me compare the two side by side. 536 600 and 651 600. The total cash and CPF for a product where the foundation is done with a 75%. As I assume that in both cases you get things at 75% loan. Foundation done and foundation not done, the difference of that 5% is this difference in cash. So it also depends on every customer which cash and CPF, how much you have ready at this point in time, accumulative and ready. So have you sold your house? Is this your first house? Do you know your CPF amount? You can actually use the SingPass to log in on your CPF app. Then you can tell me the figure later. I can do a customized calculation for you and send to you after our Zoom. Okay. Then I will redo the figures for you nicely. Right. But very simple is what is interesting is that the foundation for Piccadilly Grand, right, not so fast. Typically, it's at least 6 months from launch. So you basically have a breathing period of 6 months before you pay the foundation. But out of the foundation, typically for progress is paid by progressive payment. That means when the work is done, then you pay. So you can see this table here, the foundation payment, 10%, 10% foundation, 10% rate. Meaning when the foundation is done, then you pay. But how is it paid? Just now we mentioned earlier, right? You paid 5% at the booking day, 15% upon completion. You only paid 20%. Then what's the balance 5%, Jasmine? The bank only lent me 75%. So the outstanding 5% is from your foundation. So you can see, right, my 5%, inside this foundation, 10% of foundation by right should be 230,000. Why is it showing 115 only? It's because only 115 will be coming from the bank. Your bank that lend you the money will help you pay 115,000 to the developer. Then you yourself, the moment the foundation is done, the lawyer will send a letter from the developer's lawyer, sent to your lawyer, your purchasing lawyer. The lawyer will say, oh, Mr. Buyer, your foundation done already. Now I'm going to activate another 5% from your CPF or cash, right? And another 5%, UOB will pay for you. That makes up the total 10% that's required for the payment of foundation. So far, clear, Mr. Buyer? Okay. Huh? So it's very simple. If you buy my Piccadilly Grand, you have first mover advantage in terms of cash. So of course, if you are comfortable, if you really have available 651,600, then you can buy anything in the market, even if the foundation is ready. So which one you are more comfortable with, Mr. Buyer? So Propnexians, my Piccadilly Grand champions, would you buy the green zone? Do you have enough money for green zone, or do you have enough money for the yellow zone? 536,000. Who has 536,000 of cash and CPF ready? And who has 652,000 of cash and CPF ready?
Me.
Somebody want to speak something? Don't have, huh? So this is how I present across the advantage of buying Piccadilly Grand, because the foundation is not done. Then after that, then you listen to the customer. Jess, I wait. I log into my CPF now. Okay, boss, I wait for you. Then what happened? Your 40-minute Zoom become 1 hour Zoom because he logged in, he checked. Jess, I got this amount. Okay, I got this amount. Okay, then I can't. Then you got enough already, Mr. Buyer. So we assuming the developer, once the developer release the price, we know you can go to this level. So no problem, right? Or not enough, then I got to change the price. Maybe you want to consider 2-bedroom. Maybe you want to consider 1-bedder. This is where you start to adjust. So my progressive payment calculator can help in many ways. And one of the most powerful way is 0.7. Mr. Buyer, just now I mentioned to you also, right, that interest is very interesting. Actually, our default rate that I always put in my calculator is the HDB interest rate. But do you know that today, right, our market is having interest rate of about 1.1%. Actually, I'm going to put 1.3. I'm a very conservative agent. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, you must show you are very powerful. You must show that you are protecting this. Try to be very conservative. So I show you a bit kiasi lah. But actually, if you go to the bank, you'll be lower lah. So whatever I show you will be, I'm a little bit over lah. I just want to be very, very sure. But today, market interest rate is 1.3%. Do you know why foreigners like to buy Singapore real estate? Actually, right, if you, how many, you know of friends in Malaysia and Indonesia and Vietnam and Australian? Can somebody type in the chat group, what is the interest rate in the past for the last 10 years in those countries? Can somebody type? Julianto, what's the interest rate back in Jakarta? Do you know?
Yeah, maybe 7%.
How, 7?
Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
I pay in 2004, I paid 13%. Can everybody type 13% in Bangkok, in Thailand? In 2002, I paid 16% interest in Vietnam. In 2006, interest in Australia was 9%. 5% is today's situation in all the outside of Singapore, but it's still considered expensive. But to them, it's considered very cheap already. So let me show you what is 1.3% in Singapore. Okay, when I show this to a foreign buyer, and I can tell you, right, Piccadilly Grand is very attractive for foreign purchasers or even PRs because of many other factors. Later, when the show flat open, I tell you in person. Don't need to tell you now. Today, I just focus on this. But I'm telling you, it's very important. Okay, today your